What a brilliant start to a conversation that we would like to have about how you are going with Buy Now. So Yasser Arafat, it is awesome to meet and start talking to you, the founder and CEO of Buy Now. We are going to talk today about your time in the Microsoft for Startups Highway to 100 program, which we're delighted to have you in and on board with. How about you start and tell us a little bit about what Buy Now does?
Okay, so firstly, I want to thanks Microsoft Highway to Unicorn program for giving us a chance and onboarded us as a startup and give us an mentorship and to go forward and become a unicorn eventually. I think so. We are hoping to be a unicorn in one day. So the thing is, so Buy Now is helping to digitize SMEs to sell their product, to sell, manage, and grow their product with one easy link, and 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 the rest of the process and rest of the end-to-end process of the digital shops ecosystem will be handled by Buy Now's 360 digital ecosystem, and so that we can we will give time to the entrepreneurs they need to give their customers. Actually, in fact, so they will get more time to manage their customers. And so another thing is Buy Now is a fully regulated entity backed by a payment gateway, Shop, a commercial bank, Mutual Trust Bank Limited, and a logistic partner, Paperfly. So there's a thing, and also our solution is saves on an average $200 per month of SMEs, which is 40% lower than our competitors. And to use our system, they don't need to open any other website or any new shops. Rather than they will manage their existing shops with our logistics systems.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, everything is, that's kind of the benchmark these days. If it's not incredibly convenient, somewhere else is. So it sounds like the challenges that you would have faced, you've tackled a lot and come through and realized what it is that you need to do to be way out in front. What sort of other challenges have you got on the horizon that you're looking down the barrel of?
Sorry, can you please repeat this question? Pardon?
I just said, it sounds like those challenges that you've overcome and the solutions that you've got in place and the plans to kind of put you out as a market leader. What challenges do you foresee upcoming that you will need to tackle?
Oh, okay. So as this market is more than $100 billion in Bangladesh, and even when you are talking about the developing countries, so their unmet financing market is around $5.4 trillion. So eventually, this market is quite attractive for many startups, many companies. So competitors' challenge is the biggest challenge that we are foreseeing that we are going to face in coming days, because in this market there are a lot of startups already working.
Yeah. It's the fastest growing economy in the world, right?
Yeah.
And so do you have plans to expand into other markets?
Yes, of course.
Other countries?
Yes, of course, because we made this solution by our own. I mean, every code is written by us. So while actually we do the drawing or architecture of this solution, so basically we've completely focused on a scalable solution that we can scale to any market. So what we'll need to do this, we will need one gateway or two gateways. I mean payment gateways. So bank and one or two logistic partner. I mean courier company. That's it. So that so every homemaker, people who want to do business from the home, so they can do business with our automation, payment gateway, banking facilities, and logistic partners.
Right. And as we're on the subject of technology, some of the founders that I talk to are the non-technical founders or build their solution on a sort of no-code platform. But you sound like you're got quite a technical background. And so what sort of, what are the key criteria for you when you make technology decisions for buy now?
Okay, first one is the whether this technology is scalable. So this is the first thing, because because we want to do business globally. So first one. So number two is technological availability. Number three is its cost effectiveness. And number four, the related manpower or human being will get or not. So these are the four things that actually uh, the most key criteria to take any technological decision.
And did your decision to build on Azure have anything to do with those four key criteria? Or is this something that you're sort of trying
Oh,
along the way?
okay. So regarding Azure, so actually, our whole system is cloud-based microservice. So eventually, we will need cloud support. Right now, we are doing it with another cloud system, but since we got introduced later with Azure, in fact, we onboarded because we started to build our system from uh, November 20, and we were onboarded here is November 21. So basically, before that, we were using clouds with from the other company, but definitely we have a good plan to shift to Azure. First we will deploy our dev server. So we will test there. We will be more familiar with the Azure system and its other features. So it's related feature with us, and after that we will deploy our production there.
Yeah, got it. So with those, being in the Microsoft for Startups Highway to 100
Yeah.
Unicorns program, what we aim to do is to help you along the way, realize those kinds of aspirations. Do you have any plans within this program that you feel Microsoft specifically can help you with?
Okay. So Microsoft is very much globally recognized company. I think every country's people do know about Microsoft. So our expectation is first one, since we are startup, so startup, uh, so mentoring as all the great mentoring sessions, so that we will build our startup properly. So that is first one. And then number two is investor readiness, because startup is heavy uh, investment orientedness, because we need to push a lot of cash to grab the market. And since is we are working in a SME market, so there we need to there the requirement of investment is very high in order to grab the market. So now, so that's why this investment readiness, investment networking. So basically, these are the three things that we are, and also Microsoft. We are hoping that Microsoft will help us to scale to other countries.
Yeah, I think there is, if there's something that Microsoft does well, it's our presence in enterprise and our global presence. So that's what the Highway to 100 Unicorns program aims to do, is to use our superpowers with your superpowers and see some massive scalable unicorns emerge.
Yeah.
And so, just what's some of the key trends in the market that you're seeing, and how Buy Now is addressing them?
Okay. So key trending is buy now, pay later. So definitely we will go to introduce buy now, pay later for our end customers. So number two is supply chain financing. So we will help SMEs to buy their products with our supply chain financing system. And number three is we want to be the next PayPal of Bangladesh. So people will use send money, receive money, transfer, buy whatever they want. So they will do it through buy now.
Got it. And when I've heard you sort of talking about Bangladesh a couple of times, so it seems like you're really keen to further the economy of your country. What would be the impact of Highway to 100 Unicorns to Bangladesh and its impact on driving economic growth?
Okay, so as long as my Highway to Unicorn program is nurturing more startups, uh, they are helping to solve the real problems of Bangladesh, which will create a real impact in the economy. So eventually, so the thing is, this is how actually Microsoft will create impact in the Bangladesh economy, and I think it will be a attractive market because since everyone, Bangladesh is one of the emerging economic country in the world now.
Definitely. We've some of the startups in the program from Bangladesh are solving some really, really hairy problems, but in very clever ways, like kind of seeing straight through. There's a one I'm thinking of in particular, creating maps for specific industries. And it's amazing what they've been able to problem solve. And that is, they've noticed that delivery drivers can waste up to something like 100,000 hours a day just calling where they're supposed to be delivering to. And it's
Okay.
something that the whole world needs. And with COVID, more and more e-commerce means more and more deliveries and driving. And it's just amazing. And I think you as well, when you hear these incredible ideas that are definitely going to go gangbusters, it's a very exciting landscape indeed. So I mentioned COVID. I do have to ask, how has it affected or prompted or grown or shrunk any elements of Buy Now?
Okay. So actually, before COVID, I was a strictly job-oriented guy. So, but after pandemic, actually we were thinking that to do something by our own. So that's where our CTO came one day, and 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 eventually we made a plan actually where actually we started research on which sector is most impacted during COVID pandemic in Bangladesh. So we figured it out. The SME sector is one of those, and one of those are heavily impacted during COVID time because most of them are strictly hard cash oriented. They are unbanked. So eventually, bank can't offer any banking facilities. Government can't offer any stimulus. So meanwhile, a lot of SMEs shut down their businesses. Maybe some of them were shrinked, and and the thing is, and also eventually we found it out. This market is quite attractive. It's a $1 billion. It's a multi-billion-dollar game. So if you want to create a real life impact, so I think so we have decided that we should go for the SME sector. So that's how actually we started our startup after pandemic.
Amazing. I think it's the nature of founders and entrepreneurs that that mean that every time I ask that question, the answer is always actually a positive one. People sort of figuring out that they were good at a job they didn't even know existed, or it prompted them to push harder along something they always knew was a good idea. So it's good to hear another positive outcome that the pandemic has yielded and helped kind of our human race
Yeah.
forward and accelerate, level up. So it's exciting to now. We'd love to check back in with you in a few months' time and see how things are going, see what
Okay.
news you've got, see what's changed, see what's the same. But thanks so much for taking the time today to give us an outline of what Buy Now is doing and what you're all about, Yasser.
Okay. So thank you, Kathy, for interviewing us about our progress, about our vision, about to know to know about by now.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And it's a pleasure to have you in the program. Best of
Yeah,
luck with it.
it's the same here. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Yasser. See you later.
Okay, thanks. See you. See you soon. Bye.